Hello, I'm George Wilson and welcome to the British Council in France. Today I'd like to welcome you to our bilingual section, Open Day. The bilingual section is a really integral part of our offer in France. We welcome children from the age of 4 to 18 whose first language is English. These children speak really well, but they come here to have more practice and to gain the literacy skills they'll need as they grow and develop. So today I'm going to show you just some of the projects that our bilingual students take part in. So in this corner, we're showing off to our parents some of the books that our early years students, so those who are 4 and 5, study with us. You can see that the books we study are designed to provoke discussion, to get people thinking about the stories, but also learning the phonic sounds that will help them with their writing. We also put a heavy emphasis on inclusion in our stories, and you can see how there are lots of positive messages in the books that we get our children to study and read together. So students in our bilingual 7 class are 7 and 8, and they study this book, Forgotten Fairy Tales of Kindness and Courage. We do all kinds of work with the literature that our children study. It might be writing letters to the characters, it might be role play, it might be creative writing. But we also get them to use their hands. You can see here a representation of one of the fairy tales in the book. I'll let you guess which one it is. In Bilingual 8, our students are introduced to the concept of the environment. Our programs put our core skills at the heart of all of our teaching. These are things like citizenship, personal development, and generally being good 21st century members of society. Really important to that is the environment. You can see here they've created a beautiful tree, and each leaf represents a tip on how to support the environment and tackle problems that are so important to us all. By the time our students get to Bilingual 9, they've got a good level. They're really getting strong ability in reading and writing. And so here we've got a challenge for them. We get them to learn poems by heart and recite them in a competition with prizes. It's great to see how well they take on board the challenge and they kind of bring the poems to life. There are some brilliant quotes here. I think my favourite was, "I've learnt to read with my hands and my legs." Bilingual 10 are delving into history, and history studies wouldn't be yet complete without looking into the Tudors. Our students read a book called Terrible Tudors, which is part of the Horrible Histories series. And at the end of all their studies, we get them to recreate a banquet fit for King Henry VIII or Elizabeth I. Our teachers dress up, our students dress up, and they recreate Shakespeare plays, dances, and all the details that really make a good Tudor party. So we are trying to train good 21st century students, students who care and give back to society. In Bilingual 11, our students study a book called Refugee Boy by Benjamin Zephaniah, and we wanted to bring this experience to life, to get them really involved in making sure that refugees are well welcomed in France. So with that in mind, we partnered with a charity called UNIA. This is a charity we do a lot of outreach work for. The association welcomes refugees and migrants to France and supports them in their educational endeavours. Part of that is providing a library of reading material. Our students designed posters and interviewed this woman from UNIA, Andy, to learn all about the programme. The posters then spread the word and encourage people to donate books. As you can see, the project was very successful. We got hundreds of books, which are being very much appreciated by those members of the association. So, Bilingual 12 had the opportunity this year to become pen friends with members of our bilingual school in Madrid. We called the project Connecting Cultures, and what was really nice about it was how well the students took to the project. They saw that this was a real opportunity to experience culture from a different perspective, to learn about another country, and also just to have that good old-fashioned connection with somebody who you don't know. Our bilingual 13 students have been studying that classic of literature, Romeo and Juliet by Shakespeare. So, to kind of end off their project, we asked them to perform for their parents. The students used an abridged version of the play and collaborated across different classes in order to really bring the performance to life. You can see just some of the photos here. It was pretty incredible, and what's been really nice about the whole thing is their enthusiasm. Bringing a text that's so old to life with so much vivacity is quite an achievement. Huge congratulations to the students and the teachers. Once our students finish at Bilingual 13, they begin preparation for the IGCSE in First Language English. This is a qualification that will be used by the learners to show their first language ability in English when they come to apply to universities, and also just to have a really good sense of their progression and their achievement in following our bilingual section. The exam takes 2 years to prepare, and in the first year there's still time for them to take part in a public speaking competition. The learners really took this to heart and did some wonderful performances given in front of an invited audience. Some of the bilingual students were the winners of the competition, and it was also a nice opportunity for them to connect with learners from our foreign language section. Once students finish their IGCSE and they've got the qualification in their pockets, they move on to thinking about higher education. Now, our learners have the opportunity to follow a 2-year course known as university preparation. It prepares students to take part in higher education in English. Our teachers are advisors, so they're able to give advice on the application process, and the courses are designed to develop the academic skills they'll need for their future success. Some of the things we do in the course are quite innovative. We ask students to follow a MOOC, for example, an online course offered by a university. In this MOOC, they have the opportunity to really connect with real university teaching. At the end of their MOOC, which they follow assiduously with a diary, they produce poster presentations all about the topics. Now, these poster presentations show the sheer range of interests our learners have. There's one about the sun, one about the marketing process, surrealism and dreams. So there's lots of different subjects that interest our learners, and this is a chance for them to share their learning and to show off their readiness for university in English. So our courses in the bilingual section are mapped onto the British national curriculum. That means that we've adapted the programme from the UK to suit the developmental needs of students in France. We have used a range of different materials to support us in the same. We begin with phonics work on transcribing sounds into writing, and we use this nice series, Jolly Phonics. Then we move into the primary section, where we use books based on spelling, and books that develop their general English abilities. Once they move into the secondary section, the books obviously become slightly more complex, and we have some great material ready for the learners. This goes on into IGCSE, and beyond that we use our own bespoke materials for university preparation. One thing that's really important in our section is our range of literature, the way in which we integrate this into our courses, and the way in which we use this to focus on different core skills. These books are inclusive, they're dynamic, and they're really at the heart of what we can offer first language English learners. Thank you for joining us today on our Bilingual Open Day. It's been great to show you around the British Council in France. It's been great to really show off the work that our students have done. I'm really proud of their progress, I'm really proud of what we do here, and I hope you'll join us in the future.